Hi and welcome to my channel. So working as a nanny in the UK is one of the highest paying jobs that you can have that doesn't require any degree in the UK. The average nanny in the UK earns over £50,000 per year without any degree, without any experience. I have personally supported people to apply for this job, and guess what? When I see how much they're earning, sometimes I sit and I'm like, am I in the wrong job? But it's one of those things. I love being a nurse. I'm passionate about nursing and I'm going to stick to it. But if you're thinking about nanny jobs, let me tell you, it is really, really worth it. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about some of the pertinent things to look out for. A new company that I found recruiting a nanny for a ridiculously high amount of money. They said £6,000 per week gross. So that's gross, which means before everything else is paid. And so we're going to talk about all of that. So if you haven't joined this family, like I said, hit the subscribe button below because you want to be the first person to be notified. Also, I do have a free newsletter, by the way. I've dropped the link in the comment section below where I share information such as this directly to your amazing inbox so that you don't miss out on vital information. You're also going to find my contact details in the comment section. If you're started, you're thinking, Melvis, I need to apply for some of these opportunities in the UK, you know, whether it's NHS jobs, apprenticeships, carer jobs, nursing, midwifery, clinical, non-clinical healthcare jobs. I'm your girl when it comes to all of that. I've got extensive knowledge, experience supporting people to apply for these jobs. Yes, it takes time, it takes effort, it takes energy. I'm not sat here saying it's a walk in the park, but it is a journey that is worth embarking on because you're going to reap the fruit long term. It's a sacrifice that you're making today to benefit tomorrow. So like I said, my details are in the comment section and do feel free to contact me at your convenience. So when you're looking for these nanny jobs, what is the best thing or the first thing to really look at? Who is recruiting? To me, that is really a thing. Personally, if I see somebody that is looking for a nanny, in fact, lots of people contact me all the times and they're like, hey Melvis, I'm looking for a nanny. You know, can you recommend somebody, or have you got anybody in your program that is appropriate to work as a nanny? I always look, you know, are you registered? You know, are you, if you're a private individual, then no, I do not get involved. If you're registered and you can, you know, provide sponsorship and all those sorts of things or not, you know, those are the sorts of things that I kind of look out for before I even say, okay, what's going on. But, you know, some people don't mind where they work, but I'll say it has to be an agency that is recruiting for it to be worthwhile because it needs to be safe as well. Like, I worry about safety because if you know that it's a recruitment agency that is recruiting a nanny, then it's kind of safe because they are registered, say, with the Home Office or registered with Ofsted or wherever, or CQC, and it's just more reassuring for you. By the way, just one thing before I forget, we have a live session today. We're going to dissect these nanny jobs. We're going to look at this particular opportunity from this company that I'm talking about because I've gone through, you know, their website. They have lots of vacancies for nanny jobs, obviously. Really amazing pay. There's also an opportunity that I shared here yesterday about a company that is recruiting 9,000 carers urgently in the UK. So we're going to look at that in our live session today. We start at 8:30 p.m. UK time prompt. So please do attend that session. You know, like I say, we start at 8:30 p.m. UK time today, you know, Thursday. And so when we have that session, we're going to go through those opportunities, the one that I shared yesterday about the 9,000 carer jobs. The good thing is that for that particular carer job, you can come to the UK with dependents. If you're somebody who's overseas, if you're in the UK switching, you can also switch with your dependents. And it's an opportunity that it comes with training. So it's like on the job training, and it's for people that want to immerse themselves, that want to get into healthcare. You need that exposure, you need an opportunity to gain the skills and knowledge needed, you know, to work within this sector. So that if you don't want to progress into other things, then yes, you can feel free to do so. So we'll look at all those opportunities and talk about all these opportunities in our session today from 8:30 p.m. So the session, obviously, in case you're wondering, it's only for those who've registered. If you don't register, you cannot have access to attend the session. It's not going to be here on YouTube, obviously. So like I said, it's only for people who have registered. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. I've already spoken, you know, with many of you since I uploaded that video yesterday. And so I'm looking forward to seeing you this evening from 8:30 p.m. UK time. I'm going to send out a reminder. So if you're part of my newsletter, I normally send out a reminder with a clock so that you can see because some people are out of the UK. Obviously, I've got some people in Canada, some people in the US with massive time differences, but I always put a clock so that you can see how many hours we have to the session from wherever you are in the world. And this is how I kind of mitigate so that people don't end up attending at the wrong time. So if you are part of my newsletter, yes, you're going to get that email with the clock that tells you how many hours or minutes or whatever. So it's like a countdown clock. Every time you click on it, you see how long we have to the start of the session from your local time zone. I mean, technology is amazing, isn't it? So I do use that to make it a lot easier so that people in my program are not missing out, on things. So I'm looking forward to seeing you obviously today. We'll talk about this as well. So like I've said, the first thing is about who is recruiting. So agencies for me are much safer. You need to do a lot of research because it's a job that is very close, it's very hands-on. You're going to be living with the family. Obviously, many of these families they're working, they're busy. Many of them are entrepreneurs, so you want to make sure that it's right for you. It's kind of safe for you as well. Accommodation normally comes free with nanny jobs. I mean, I've never supported anybody to apply for a nanny job where they have to pay accommodation. It's always part of the deal, so you don't pay accommodation. You have your own room provided, and all of that. No bills as well. One thing with agencies is that from my experience, obviously, you end up having two interviews. So you have an interview with the agency themselves to vet you to make sure that you're a good candidate because the pay for these jobs is very high. You don't want to just pick up anybody and present to the family. That would be ridiculous. And so you get interviewed by the agency. If they're happy with you, then they can proceed to an interview then with the family. Because also, if you're recruiting somebody, you want to make sure that you know who they are before they get started for such a job, looking after your little ones and your kids. So that's the first thing. And by the way, if you're currently applying for jobs in the UK, leave a comment in the comment section below. Which jobs are you applying for? Have you had any feedback? What is your ideal job in the UK? If there's any such thing as ideal. I mean, if you could have your dream job in the UK, what would it be? Leave that in the comment section below. If you need more information about any of these opportunities, again, I'm more than happy to share with you because, I mean, the purpose of this channel is that I share those opportunities with you so that you're aware of what to pursue. I've also shared extensively detailed videos on here previously about various companies that are recruiting nannies in the UK with free visa sponsorship for anybody who needs visa sponsorship, because these opportunities are not exclusive for people who need visa sponsorship. Therefore, anybody that is really the appropriate candidate. It's just that if you need sponsorship, then these companies have the ability to be able to provide it if you are the successful candidate, obviously. And so that's one thing to look out for. So share this with anybody that can benefit from this information. Encourage them to apply and all of that. The next thing to think about is requirements. So what are the requirements that they need? And I've shared a previous video on here about a university, a college that specializes exclusively on training nannies in the UK. It's world class, top notch. They accept international students as well, and it's called Nolan College. So if you study in this college, university, you are guaranteed to get a job as a nanny when you complete. In fact, research shows that nannies that train in this particular institution earn on average £200,000 4 to 5 years after completing the course. £200,000 4 to 5 years after completing the course. They have their own in-house recruitment service for all of their students. So if you're looking to study, you're looking at where to invest money, these are some of the opportunities to pursue. And that's why I like to share it here, because you're not going to be thinking, how am I going to get a job? Do I even need Melvis? You're not even going to need me to help you to apply, because once you finish studying there, they're going to help you to get a job. And let me tell you, it's guaranteed that every single person from there is going to get a job. It's absolutely amazing. It's top notch. Like I said, they also have international students. And if you're keen, check out their website, Nolan College, because it's amazing, really amazing, for people who can, who are keen on studying. And it's all about becoming a nanny, by the way. So Again, in terms of requirements, each vacancy will tell you exactly what they need. So go through the vacancy, see what they need. It varies significantly because it really depends on the family that is recruiting on to as to what they want and what they're looking out for. So it varies significantly. But like I said, having a degree and all those things, it doesn't really matter. If you're somebody who has exposure when it comes to healthcare, you have massive advantages. And I've seen this from my experience supporting candidates to apply. In fact, one of the candidates that has been really amazing in this is a nurse that I supported to apply from Zambia. So she's a nurse in Zambia. She's now in the UK. She's found an amazing family. She travels the world. They go to the US on holidays, Spain, Italy. She's going to the south of France, this summer, and it's just amazing because her mannerisms are so amazing. Her language, her vocabulary, everything is just so amazing. Because when I spoke to her, I was like, I think you're gonna make an amazing nanny. And she's really glad that she listened to me and went for this opportunity. She's thriving. She's doing amazing, really. And she's got a really good family as well. And that's why I say when you use agencies, it's so much better and safer than going with private individuals. I would not even recommend it. And so the next thing is also language, like I've just kind of hinted. You need to be able to talk well. You need to be really how do I put it? Yeah, you need to be very well spoken, because imagine that if you're paying somebody £60,000, £70,000 to look after your kids, what are you gonna expect from them? I mean, many of us are gonna be expecting heaven and earth, because in fact, when people even pay you £5 to look after their kids, I'm like, hey, have you done this? Have you not done that? No, 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 no. So imagine if you have to pay such a high amount of money. So you need to be really good during the interview. They're looking at your manners, they're looking at your posture, they're looking at how you're talking, they're looking at just everything. So it's a very, very it's an amazing job. It's just the things that you would want to see. So again, we'll talk about this particular opportunity during our live session today, as well as the carer one that I was talking about earlier, where they're recruiting 9,000 carers, so that we can know exactly what to do. We'll look at NHS jobs as well. We'll look at apprenticeship positions. We'll look at healthcare assistant jobs, obviously, and just all sorts of different things. Get your questions answered. So I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the live session today. Like I said, we start at 8:30 p.m. prompt UK time. I'm going to send out a reminder this afternoon to make sure that depending on your time zone, if you're out of the UK, how much longer we have for the session to get started. So again, what do you think about these opportunities? Definitely worth pursuing. You never know where your luck is going to come from. So I urge you to 100% put yourself forward and make sure that you apply, because success is yours. If you don't try, you're never going to know. If you need to contact me, like I said, check the comment section below. You see my WhatsApp number as well as my email address. If you need that one-to-one support, you can contact me about your specific circumstances, and I'm more than happy for us to go through your details. So again, thank you. I'll see you in this video right here.